Okay, I was broke and I ended up making $10,000 in 30 days. It didn't stop there. I ended up becoming a millionaire by the time I was 27, 28 years old, and a multimillionaire before I turned 30. And in this video, I'm gonna break down how I made $10,000 in 30 days, and more importantly, how you could do it too, and much more. My name's Jake with JakeDucey.com. If you don't know who I am, I wanna welcome you to the channel. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoy it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification, all that fun stuff. Check out my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. It's a free financial success hypnosis to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. And let's dive right into this video. So the very first thing that happened was my perception of money changed instantaneously. And I remember the moment that it changed. I was listening to a money seminar by Bob Proctor, live streaming from my house. And he said, why can't you turn your annual income into your monthly income? And I did the math in my head and I was like, this guy is full of crap. That's impossible. Easy for this old rich guy to say. But he kept talking. And he said, the reason you are broke is because you only think about money. You don't solve anyone's problems. And he said that you're paid off of three things. It's the law of compensation. You're paid for the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. Maybe you're like me and you have a rigid belief about what money is and how to acquire it. I thought money was hard to earn, it was unobtainable, and all I did when I came up with a big goal is then I would start to do in my head if it was possible. I was bringing my current thinking into my financial future, and it was limiting me, and my entire mindset was wrong. I was just focused on money. Money is a piece of paper that is depreciating, according to the Federal Reserve yesterday, at 7% a year. It's much more than that. That's inflation. They're printing infinite money. Money is nothing. Money is a reward for service rendered. It's a fiat currency, and as Voltaire said, all fiat currencies return to their intrinsic value, which is zero. So what's the value? The value is service that you provide to solve other people's problems. Yet I thought that money was an object that was hard to obtain. My entire definition of what money was and how to acquire it was flat out wrong. And I realized in that moment, oh my goodness, I don't really solve anyone's problems. There's a need for what I do, but I'm not very good at it. And I'm only focused on myself. And I said to myself in that moment, what problems could I solve? Well, I know what problems I can solve. I know what business I'm in, but I'm just not very good at solving it because I'm always thinking about myself and the fact that I don't have any money. So my business was probably different than yours, but I realized it's not what you do. You said, well, what business should I do? It's how you do it, because there's a need for almost anything. There's a need for YouTube videos, for guitar lessons. There's a need for Harry Potter fan clubs. There's a need for fiction books. There's a need for nanny. We have a fantastic nanny for my 18-month-old daughter. She gets paid really well because she's really good at it. There are other nannies that can't find jobs or they're severely underpaid. My nanny has a need. That's solving our problem. She's very difficult to replace because she's really good. She doesn't just sit there and watch television with my daughter. She teaches my daughter. My daughter learns new words, new phrases every single time she is with our nanny. So she's really good at it. So she gets paid a lot better than most nannies. And I started to reverse engineer that philosophy into my life years ago. And I said, well, what do? I write books. I do speaking, I do consulting on marketing and getting your books out there. I make YouTube videos, I do workshops, seminars, speeches to corporations, speeches to high schools, speeches to colleges, but I wasn't doing very much of it because I wasn't getting hired. And I thought, well, the other people don't realize how good I am. And I realized I hardly ever published YouTube videos. I was hardly doing any consulting. And I realized for the next 30 days, I need to focus exclusively on providing as much value as I possibly can to people. So I started publishing videos every single solitary day. I started working and inviting clients to work with me in consulting. And I forgot about the money. I just focused on solving people's problems. I got better at speaking, I got better at consulting, and I just focused on helping people with my specific value. And guess what happened? Money started flowing when I forgot about myself. Money started flowing when I forgot about money. And the next thing I knew, I got referrals. The next thing I knew, I had viral videos. The next thing I knew, I was getting contacted by publishers in other languages to translate my books and pay me for them. Things just started happening once I forgot about myself. Once I forgot about money and I focused on process over outcome. Most broke people are always focused on money, but they're focused on the fact that they don't have any. People that make a lot of money, most often, are not focused on money. They're focused on what they do and doing it better, helping more people, serving more people, perfecting their business, perfecting their services, perfecting their skills, perfecting their habits, getting more organized. They're focused on the things that they can control. And then their life changed. So all of a sudden, everything starts changing for me. And here's a couple things that you can do. Number one, do a thought experiment for 30 days. Where you just focus on developing new skills, new habits, serving your boss better, your company better, your clients better, your customers better, learning how to market better, learning how to help people in a more meaningful and significant way with whatever you're doing. Step number two is to pull out an index card and write your 30-day financial goal on it. So I just wrote on this paper, I am making $10,000 a month or more. I'm making $10,000 a month or more. And what I did is I read it out loud every single morning. I carried it in my pocket everywhere that I went. I started activating those brain cells. Instead of the brain cells of being broke, I'm broke. I started activating brain cells and said, I'm making at least $10,000 a month every single solitary month. And then I focused relentlessly on service, need, creative solutions, ideas. I didn't go for 1 week and then stop like I used to. And you might do that, right? You set a goal, you work on it for a while, but you don't get the results you want in the time you want, so then you pull back. Never pull back. Money is just a servant that comes to those that provide the most value. Number three, erase all your definitions of money and replace it with this definition. Money is a reward for service rendered. Erase all other definitions that you have about money because this definition, money is a reward for service rendered, immediately puts you in the driver's seat of your life. Most people have different definitions of money that ultimately do not give them control over their financial life. But if money is a reward for service rendered, I can get better at what I do. You can be more inspired. You can be more creative. You can serve your boss better, your employees better, your customers better, your clients better. And then it just becomes about improving other people's lives with whatever you're doing. Whether you're an accountant, whether you're a real estate broker, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're a masseuse, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a life coach, whether you're an author. And once you get yourself out of the picture, that's what creates the space for financial abundance to start to show up in your life. Then I went from 10,000, then I went to 15, then I went to 20, then I went to this, then before I knew I was a millionaire. And it happened just like that because Napoleon Hill says in his book, Think and Grow Rich, that riches, when they come so quickly and in such vast quantities that one wonders where they were hiding all those lean years. Now, the last thing that I did is not bring my old mindset into the new version of myself. Once you decide that for 30 days, you're just gonna get better. You're gonna do more than you ever have. You're gonna show up in a bigger and better way than you ever have. One of the problems is you might carry your old thinking into the future. My old thinking said I was too young to be successful as a college dropout, so I didn't know if I could be successful. All the publishing companies denied me and told me I wouldn't be successful. So I was carrying all these belief systems. You might have ones like that. But what I started doing was take back the steering wheel of my own mind. And I started hypnotizing myself every single day. I have a free success hypnosis. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's my free financial success hypnosis to start reprogramming your mind. Listen to it for 5 minutes in the morning or 5 minutes at night. You'll be amazed at what starts to happen, because it's kind of like a sink. You know, sink in an old house, you turn the faucet on, it's calcified so the water's not coming out. It's like and then it just like comes out all weird. Once you decalcify that faucet, the water starts to flow well. It's the exact same way with your subconscious mind. Our minds have been calcified for limitations. Our minds have been calcified to think we aren't good enough, to think we aren't smart enough. Our minds have been calcified in fear, procrastination, and you can reprogram and rewire that with my free success hypnosis right there down below. The truth is, if you look at the top fields of anything, the reason those people are paid so well is because they're following the law of compensation. The need for what you do. I promise you there's a need for whatever it is that you do or want to do. There is a need. But whether other people need you is dependent on your ability to do it. Are you getting better at it, or are you making excuses? Are you developing new skills? Are you developing new habits? And then thirdly, the difficulty there is in replacing you. And if you look at the top fields of anything, why is LeBron James the top paid basketball player in the world? Why is that guy made like $1 billion? Because he's really good and it's really hard to replace. And he's not, at least he wasn't early in his career. I don't know him personally. He was not focused on just getting money. He was focused on being the best basketball player he could be. You look at the same thing for the top people in TV, the top people on YouTube, the top people in podcasts, the top people in real estate sales. Heck, I know one of the top real estate sales agents in the world. He used to work for Coldwell Banker. He was the Chris Cortazzo, the number one sales for Coldwell Banking in the world a few years ago. That guy was never focused on money. He was focused on being the most valuable agent to his clients humanly possible. When you take yourself out of the equation, you find that money flows to you fluidly as a reward for you providing value into the world. Now, before I end this video, let's just go like this. You might go like, whoa, I'm not sure I can provide value. Remember this phrase, I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom. I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom. If you start saying that every day, and matter of fact, comment it down below. I am a genius, I apply my wisdom. I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom. Comment that down below, seriously, and then write it down. I remember when I first heard this affirmation, it was by John Demartini. And it was shortly after I watched that Bob Proctor seminar while I was sitting on my couch feeling sorry for myself. Well, it's too hard and I don't know how and I'm not. And I started saying this affirmation. And at first it felt kind of weird. I'm like, I'm not a genius. I'm an idiot. I'm not that smart. Just start saying it. And what's going to happen is you're going to activate dormant forces within you, dormant talents. You're going to find yourself to be more capable than you ever imagined. Every single individual has genius within them. Every single individual, you are smarter than you think. You're smarter than you've been told. You're smarter than you believe. You're more capable than you think. You're more capable than you've been told. You're more capable than you can even imagine. And it's time to do a thought experiment and see how much money can you really make. So do your 30-day thought experiment. Pick your financial goal for the next 30 days. Write it on an index card and start hypnotizing yourself every single day for a few minutes to start to get your mind on the wavelength of financial success. See, a lot of people want financial success, but they're focused on the fact that it is not in their life, so they continue to attract it. So right there down below is my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. I'm excited to see what you create and attract into your life over the next 30 days. Come back, report back to me how it's going for you. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. Even if you're already subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notification. Comment down below. I am a genius and I apply my wisdom, and I'll see you on the next video.